What's going on there, family? Hope all is well in your neighborhood for yourself and for your family, for all those connected to you, all those standing with you. Everything from the Lord is a sign for your life. I want to do this. I want to do a mini presentation tonight. I'm going to use some video footage that was very inspirational for me. It's educational and inspirational. I shared it, in fact, that Joshua House of Worship is a part of a message, but it's appropriate for life. And tonight, let me go ahead and put it up on the screen here, our conversation. We will not be long. I'm going to encourage those of you who are connected to be prepared to join me at 7 p.m. for a special Faith Leaders Call. It's going to start at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. That's where we'll be, and we're going to get there quickly. But tonight, we got to cover a topic. We got to cover a subject. We got to answer the question. We got to look in the mirror, square our shoulders, be real with self. Really doesn't matter what others say or have said, as much as it really matters what you have said to yourself over and over and perhaps over again. Are you worth the investment? Are you worth the investment? I'm going to give you some time to ponder that, because it's a very deep, a very probing question, but I'm particularly talking about as it relates to how you feel about it. Are you worth the investment? I'm going to share with you now a video, but before I do that, let me go ahead and see if I can do a couple of things here. We got Minister Lisa is in the house. I'm looking for the coat jam. That's what I'm looking for. That's my girl, y'all. Love me some Lady Lisa. Woman of God, I hope you're doing well in your neck of the woods. Give all of your family highest regards and our love. Can't wait to see you again. I sure missed you in New Orleans, that's for sure. I want to challenge you. Lisa, would you send this to as many people as you can? Tag some folk. Let them know they need to be in on this conversation. We could talk about this for a long time, but let's just make it plain and let's just make it clear. If you don't see your worth, if you don't see your value, it really doesn't make much sense for you to expect others to. And there are so many people, I meet them all the time. I'm not even just talking about from the local community of San Antonio. I'm talking about my travels, my journey. I mean, now across the country, various parts of the world, where people, the greatest investment that they should make, they hesitate. They procrastinate. They make excuses. And many of those persons being persons of faith, of my own faith, Christian faith. I have no shame in the name of the Lord. Woman of God, Shalonda Davis Clark, thank you for chiming in. I'm glad you're here. I have no shame of the Lord Jesus Christ, who I serve at all, none. But I'm finding that there are so many variations of persons who say they believe. And one of the ways that you know what you really believe and what you believe in is what you invest in. Our investments probably show our beliefs just about more than any other thing. And I don't subscribe to a faith that overlooks the individual, because everything has to be filtered through ourselves, through us. We're the biggest filter. And what I mean by that is sometimes we really don't get the memo. We really don't get the message that when the Lord says, love your neighbor as you love yourself. That's powerful, y'all. Because there's a whole lot of folks talking about love, but they don't love themselves. And you can talk about it all day long, but it starts with you. You're the first filter that love has to run through. And if you don't have godly, agape, unconditional love for yourself, how are you then going to give that to others? It doesn't work. That's dysfunctional at best. When it comes to making an investment, I mean, I find so many people, they'll invest in school, education, which we should. I believe well, I shouldn't even say majority, but I still believe it's a good investment in the educational pursuit, to go further than high school for the majority of people. Not all, that's for sure, but there's some folks that ain't done that, and they're doing much better. So it really depends on what your path, what your purpose is. But invest in education, whether it's through some sort of scholastic or certification, some trades, pick up some skills, invest in you in that regard. Some people will be much more apt to invest, however, in others, which is okay, but not at the expense of yourself. I'm finding so many individuals, they'll invest everywhere else. They'll go all around the world with investment dollars. They'll go to everyone else. They'll invest in this person. They'll invest in that person. But how much are you willing to invest in yourself? Told y'all I'm not going to be long this evening. I got a video. I want to go ahead and pull it up. And as I pull up that video, I want you to really, with a mind that's clear, don't get distracted. I really want your undivided attention. I want you to see this thing. Shout out to John Hope Bryant. This fella is doing a great work. If you're not connected, go ahead and get connected to his channels, whether it's Instagram, YouTube, all of that good stuff. Get his books and all of that. But he made a powerful point about someone that if they would have just had more confidence, more stability in their own security, and not been so afraid, their $800 investment today, and if they would have held on to it and maintained it, today it would have been worth tens of billions of dollars. An $800 investment. I want you to math with me. Would you on your worst day think that $800 saving that and not making that investment in yourself, your own future, would be a wise thing to do when it would turn into multiple tens of billions of dollars? Now, of course, this person didn't know that. This person didn't believe that, but that's the point. If you don't believe in yourself, many times we miss the same type of opportunity, the same measurement, whether it's millions, whether it's billions or whatever. Don't miss the investment in you. So let's take a look. I'm going to pull it up. I hope it challenges you the way that it has challenged me. And I'm going to get off the screen. If I can find what I did with this thing, I got it over here. Y'all bear with me. Here it is. Take a look.
Well, this story of the gentleman who had 10% ownership of Apple, which would be worth over $300 billion today. And it says, the story suggests he could be one of the wealthiest men in the world. No, I mean, other than ill-gotten gains like the president of Russia or somebody who's worth money off the books, those who are on the books wealth, $320 billion would be the richest man in the world, I believe. I got to check that, but certainly the top 3 to 5 of the top wealthiest people in the world. But whatever it is, it's incredible. There's 8 billion people on the planet, but he took $800 to get out of it because he was afraid that something was going to happen, afraid somebody was going to sue him, afraid the company might fail. Yeah, a company might fail. It might succeed and it might fail. Look, hope for the best, expect the worst, condition your mind for whatever happens, but you got to take the risk. The only risk is really doing nothing. Only in the dictionary does the word success come before the word work because it's alphabetical. People I know want to get something for nothing. They want all the benefits and all the jewels. They don't want to have the downside, the risk, the chance it might fail. Look, rainbows only follow storms. You cannot have a rainbow without a storm first. You gotta risk something to get something. Nothing good comes easy. Love is work. Non-love is laziness. Anti-love is evil. Evil exists, but it's very rare. Most people are just lazy. Intellectually lazy, spiritually lazy, physically lazy, financially lazy. They don't want to do the work. Look, do the work. For $800, he's kicking himself to this day. You can afford to lose $800. Back yourself, right? I want you to back yourself. Go get this book, Financial Literacy for All, that I wrote. $25, right? And once you read it, put your name in the inside of it, donate it by the family of, and give it to the local library. Donate it in your family's name. That's part of your legacy. Donate it to the local Title I school. Go in there and teach financial literacy yourself. Go to Operation Hope and get your financial literacy course. Get signed up with a Hope Financial Coach. Sign up to my Money and Wealth podcast every Thursday. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. It's me giving you free game. Jay-Z would say it's $1 million game for $9.99, but this was none $99 because it's costing you nothing but your time. Okay, I rhymed. Love and light. John Hope Bryant. I'm out. Let's go. Be curious. Be nosy about everything.
Did y'all catch that? An opportunity to own 10% of Apple with an $800 investment at this point of the game. Billions upon billions and billions of dollars net worth, but missed because of fear. How much is our fear costing us? How much are excuses costing us? What amount of purpose, what amount of our potential are we missing out on because we travel through life so afraid, so scared to fail? Do you not yet realize that failure is a part of the whole experiment, a part of the whole equation? There'll always be levels of failure if you're really pushing yourself, if you're really stepping out on faith. But faith will pick you up. A righteous man, he'll fall down 7 times, but he'll get back up. What are we so afraid of when we're truly traveling by faith? Are you worth the investment? I got 2 things I'm going to leave with you. I want to encourage you to again join me at the 7 p.m. hour. The 7 p.m. hour Central, 8 o'clock Eastern. Join me for our Faith Leaders Call. We'll meet you there. It looks like I'm frozen. I want to see if I can get this thing fixed. I hate when it does that. Give me just one moment to reboot this thing. I think I should be able to do it. Give me just one moment to be back. Well, it doesn't look like that did it the way that I want. So instead of just doing that, let me draw your attention. I was going to close out with this because this thing is about doing what it takes to leave a legacy. Take a quick look.
Your first name is about you, but your last name is about us. Legacy. There's power in your name. Power in your name. McDonald's is a last name. Abercrombie & Fitch, last names. Armani is a last name. Baskin Robbins is a last name. Chrysler is a last name. Fisher Price, Gucci, Hennessy, Harley Davidson, Hilton, Honda, Kohl's, Kraft Foods, Lowe's Movie Theater, Marriott is a last name. Maybach is a last name. Nordstrom is a last name. Pillsbury is a last name. Porsche is a last name. Procter & Gamble, 2 last names. Rolls Royce, Charles Rolls Henry Royce, last names. Turner Broadcast System, Ted Turner, last name. Versace, last name. Wells Fargo, Henry Wells, William Fargo, last name. Walgreens, last name. Wrigley's, last name. Welch's Grape Juice, last name. Here you are, you think you're buying a product. You are not buying a product, you're buying a name. You think you're wearing a product. Hey, look at this product. No, you're saying, look at this family. And what you don't know is while you're making every family rich, you're making yourself broke. So you done went to one family called Wells Fargo and got $200,000 so you can go to another family called Rolls Royce so you can give them money and get yourself a car so you can go back to the hood and see the Joneses and say, look at what I got. Meanwhile, Wells Fargo, their family's sitting up being rich, and Harley Davidsons and Rolls Royce are being rich, and the Joneses are sitting there holding up people's stuff saying, I told you that your blessing is attached to your name. That part of the reason why you're not wealthy yet is because you keep trying to make Yolanda wealthy. You keep trying to make Tasha wealthy. What if you made Johnson's wealthy? What if you started thinking about your kids? What if you started thinking about your legacy? What if God started dropping Canaan and opening up windows of heaven? Because now you're not just thinking about you, you're thinking kingdom. There are some people who are attached to you who say, Mama, can you do something with this name? There's some people who are saying, Dad, can you do something with this name? Maybe God gave you the name to change and reverse some of the stuff that the name meant one day. I wish there was somebody in this room that say my name.
Family, are you worth the investment? A couple of things. I want you to meet me 7 p.m. We're going to be in the Zoom room. You need to get the front row seats. Those are the best seats in the house. There'll be a private ID attached to the Zoom link, and you'll be able to meet us there. Let me know, and just put it in the comment in the feed there if you want that particular ID, and I'll inbox it to you so you can join me at the top of the hour. This is 7 p.m. Central, and of course 8 o'clock on the Eastern border. Not only that, but I have something special coming up. It's going to launch the month of October, but we're getting geared up now with pre-registration. I'm particularly looking for individuals who love to travel and have a gift where they wanted to express it in written form as an author. If you've always wanted to become an author and have opportunities to speak not only to your local community, but even around the world, if that's you, if you think that you're remotely interested in that, if that's something that you've considered and pondered year after year, you keep putting it off, you keep wondering how, when, what are the pieces, how do you get started? Well, we're going to answer all of that in a 5-day challenge. On the screen there, as you see, I want you to click in on that, log in on that, get all the information. And if you'd like to reach out to me personally, I could give you a little more information, but it'll be there on that page. It'll be on the website page where you can pre-register. All the information will be on that page. And if that's you, you'll know what to do, but are you worth the investment? That's really where it all starts. How do you see yourself? Not how others do, but how do you see you? Hope to see you at 7 p.m.